What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below as usual. Go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I put it up. Thanks everyone for supporting. This video is entitled Should Your Heroes Be Held to a Higher Standard? In light of the situation with Kareem Hunt, the response was Shannon Sharp, and even the Kevin Hart situation, right? This idea that people who are celebrities or who you look up to need to be held to a higher standard. Celebrities in particular. But I'm going to spin it a little bit with black male celebrities in particular. It's funny how they need to be held to a higher standard. If they make a mistake, you need to end their career. They need to stop making money. But everybody else keeps their career and they need to keep making money. Now, on a professional side, if your heroes need to be held to a higher standard, how come these cops that keep killing people still have jobs? How come these politicians who create wars still have jobs? How come these CEOs of companies can commit all kinds of treacherous acts and get a golden parachute on the way out? See, they get to keep their money even if they lose their job, right? Or they get to get paid to leave. So are we really holding our heroes to a higher standard? Really? How many firefighters got caught up in these scandals? They kept their job. You know, every week there's another teacher getting caught screwing a student. And guess what? Some of those people kept working. You know, in society, they might not be teachers again, but they are afforded a way to make a living, right? But they're supposed to be the heroes, you know, not just celebrity heroes, just heroes in general. So here's the problem. It was a doctor who had gotten to it recently. Did he wind up killing somebody or something like that? But he had like 5 or 6 different residencies because he had a bad attitude. So obviously it didn't hinder his career that he was, overly violent. Doctors are supposed to be heroes, but see, they get all kinds of second chances. With the SEC scandals that happened years prior, all of these bankers, brokers, investors, traders, they got to keep their jobs. They're quote unquote, they're prominent jobs even after they were known thieves, right? And the government had to bail some of these people out or didn't charge some of these people and let them go because some people are quote unquote too big to fail. So here's the problem. And then when you look at society, you have these situations where people like, they keep bringing Farrakhan up for some odd reason. He needs to be stopped, I guess, right? Because he's a quote unquote hero, but somebody needs to put him in his place. But here's the problem. All these other people don't have an issue, right? Do you think, y'all think Harvey Weinstein is not going to work in entertainment ever again? I doubt that. I mean, Jeremy Piven. Kevin Spacey. Matt Lauer, he may be on TV in the next 5 years. Allison Mack. What is the father from Seventh Heaven? They were just tripping about the Oscars with Kevin Hart, and it was like last year y'all gave Mel Gibson an award. So did you really end his, was it about ending his career? Nah, different strokes for different folks. So should your heroes be held to a higher standard? With great power comes great responsibility. But in America, there's really no responsibility with great power. You can do whatever you want. People say one thing, but they do another. It's completely different. So And on a personal side, I think it's wrong to want to hold these quote unquote heroes to a high standard, because what is your standard personally? You trying to say because you're not a celebrity, or you're not prominent, or you're not rich, that you get to have a lower standard as a human being? That's that's crazy. You know, they shouldn't lie, but I could lie. They shouldn't steal, but I could steal. You know, they shouldn't be a jerk, but I could be a jerk. Because a lot of the times, part of the higher standard is this fishbowl adversarial relationship, that it's like when you go to a sporting event and the people who love their team, so they hate the rival team, but they get drunk and they just say and do all kinds of stuff that you think they should know better, they wouldn't normally do in life, right? So now what? Should they be held to a high standard? Nah, because they're not famous. Oh, that's what this is about. So if Jack Nicholson was at a Lakers game, cussing out whoever the Lakers was playing, and talking reckless because he's a celebrity at the game doing that, he needs to be held to a higher standard than the person who paid for those front row tickets and decided to act a complete utter fool. That's what we're saying in general. On the other hand, think about the clergy, right? How many church scandals have there been in the last 30 years? See, to be perfectly honest, the church in America should be held to the highest standard. So if you want a celebrity or your hero to be held in the highest standard, then you will hold for yourself. But also, when you look at it, or first responders, or lawyers, judges, doctors, politicians, presidents, and priests. Somebody who says they're doing the work of God is held to a lower standard than a person that you look at as a celebrity who has millions of dollars from doing whatever, right? He can't say nothing, he can't do nothing, but your pastor can. Because they're a man of God, a man of the cloth. So the hypocrisy is ridiculous because, they're heroes, right? And the other thing is we got to redefine what a hero is. Sometimes like a hero is just a celebrity that you want to be, not necessarily a hero. Like the guy that stopped the shooting at Waffle House, that's a hero. The cops who went into that synagogue when the guy was shooting it up, and and some of them got killed. They put their lives on the line to help and save those people. Those are heroes. Firefighters who run into a burning house to save people's lives. Those are heroes. Doctors and nurses who either keep people alive or save people's lives or cure them. Those are heroes. Teachers who teach you to be a better human being or be a productive member of society. Those are heroes. So because somebody can entertain you, that doesn't make them a hero. But that's how we look at it, though, because if they're famous, that automatically makes them a hero. I don't understand that, but that's how things work. If they're rich, or you find out they're rich, then you put them in the status of they need to be held to a high standard. Because, and part of it has to do with protection, because when people find out you have a certain amount of wealth or riches, you become a target. So sometimes people just want you to operate a little bit more low key because people are out to get you, to figure out a way to steal your money from you, pretty much. But once again, those people, you put the onus on the person who's the celebrity or the rich person to know better. But who's held at a lower standard? The person that's playing these games with them and trying to set them up. So if we're gonna hold these quote unquote heroes and celebrities to a high standard, that does have to go all across the board. So y'all have a good one. Peace.